down US 30 from the top down, and I'm going to show you the dilemma. The dilemma is, are we on a discount or are we in a real premium? Yeah, we understand that these markets are in transition, they're in flux, there's a lot of things happening, a lot of things going on in the market. All right, so if we go and look over here and we zoom all the way out to our monthly, all right, our monthly chart is looking a bit like this. All right, from 2010. This yellow range is from 2010. All right, it's not even drawn that great, to be fair. All right, let's draw it a little bit better than that. This monthly range is from 2010. We're going all the way down here, okay, and we're doing something like this, okay, and we're saying at the top end is like this. This is our US 30 markets. All right. And, we can see how, within that range definitely is bullish, making higher highs and higher lows, okay? And then we've seen here, all right, round about COVID, we've seen this higher high, this higher low, and this current higher high over here. This is leading to this blue line, okay? It's leading to that blue line and that blue range. So the question is, are we at the bottom of that blue range, in the discounted area since COVID? This market has a lot more potential to push all the way up into this blue level here, or are we near the top of this yellow range here, just pushing back up here again? We're in this little red range, can you see here, of this little higher high, this little higher low, this little higher high area here. Are we going to try and come down to this red level here, or are we in this discount? Are we in this discount here? And we're going to push up to the top blue. Let's have a look at GU, and EU is ringing at the same time. Let's have a look. It's getting my attention. Right, so we're actually taking some liquidity now in GU that I was watching. I was waiting for it to take. This red one here ultimately though is the price, okay? This higher, look, you see the brighter color that I've made is ultimately the price. So I'm watching it now of this market, what it's going to do here when we take this liquidity. Let's go and team it up with EU. So we can use one maybe to play off the other, okay? We can maybe use one to play off the other. Let's make this one EU. Let's see if one can give us more information than the other. Give us a better insight into what's going on. I hope that this has kept my mark up, because there's a real issue every time I split the screen, which is done again, to be fair. I can see that it's done it all over again. When I split the screen, all my markup disappears. Whereas if I now, I'm not even going to bother splitting the screen now. Let's just go. Yeah, let's go over here. Let's make a brand new screen for EU. I don't know, when I split the screen, it's like, it just wants me to start again. All right, let's go and have a look at Euro USD, okay, over here, like so, like so. Having a look at it. So look, from a bigger picture, this is our Euro USD. We know where that's the bigger range. This market been trading within this white range. We're in the big premium over there, and we've seen that on a smaller time frame here. We've got some higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Now we've got a lower low. We may be looking to get a lower high up into these areas here, yeah, before turning around. If you can see where 50% level is, like this, from here to here, that 50% level sits exactly on a previous battlefield, sitting right in here. All right, that market, if it decided to start pushing up into that area, I'd understand, I'd get it, I'd get why it's doing that, because it's maybe making its retracement after breaking structure, making its retracement to maybe start coming down here. That would make sense to me. So therefore, I'm just looking at the market and seeing what it's doing. Is it giving me an opportunity to say I'm gonna get into the trade bullish or not? All right. So the market on a 4-hour time frame was making lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. All right. Here we've broken some minor structure in here, ish, just about. I'm telling you, above this wick, ish. We're trading within this box. Okay. We are trading within this box that I've drawn already. This is the swing high. This is the swing low. Okay. and the market is trading within that box at the moment. Okay, now on a smaller time frame, have a look. The market is in here and it's taking some liquidity at the moment from above a previous New York session and Asian session. It's taking some liquidity over here, nam, and we're seeing whether or not this market's had a reaction the way we like to see it. Let's have a look. You know, we wicked over here on Euro USD and took that Asian session high over here and the previous London session, I believe. Asian session, previous New York session. I was going to say, well, not really. Mostly just taking the Asian session over here. Okay. We can definitely see a lot of imbalance in the previous session in here. You know, there's 5-minute imbalance in here. All right, there's 5-minute imbalance in here, which we understand is a draw on price. We also see here now, even though, like I said to you, that the market, it might be potentially making a retracement up into that 50% level. For all we know, we're gonna push up first to get liquidity, to push down to take liquidity, then go. Who knows? All right. At the moment, we've seen liquidity taken from this Asian session high, and we have seen a reaction happening. All right, there has been a reaction from taking this liquidity here, which I'm now going to change from it just saying liquidity to it saying liquidity taken. Okay, and let's have a look on our line chart. Well, we can't see exactly what we want to see here. All right, we can't see a lovely manipulation there at the moment, and for that reason, I'm just looking at it and I'm wondering what the market may or may not want to do. I don't want to get sucked in too early. All right, when in my opinion that there is imbalance above, that the market, whilst it's here stealing liquidity, it may decide to come and capture some imbalance, yeah, and may decide to go and capture a liquidity level which is a little bit more of a price. Okay, now this liquidity level is okay here. We can see the market from this level here pushed down and broke some structure. It's okay. Over here is a real price in liquidity. All right, over here is a very nice price over here, this liquidity over here. Then we'll make it a bit of a brighter line. All right, that is a nice price of liquidity. Why do I say that? Because from here we can see this market smash through structure with strength and speed, led to this market pushing all the way down into this level if you really want to go there. All right, so this is a real draw on price, and obviously the bigger picture is that market might be deciding that maybe we want to make a big old retracement all the way back up into some 50% level, up into these type of areas, which is a previous battlefield. All right, so that's in the back of my mind. Even though I want to sell this market, I want to sell this market, but this market has been making a bearish push for some time, breaking structure, and I'm expecting to see a retracement. Get it? I'm expecting to see a retracement. It's not something that I'm not expecting. I'm expecting to see this market retrace. Yeah. So therefore, I'm looking at these levels in here, and I'm really thinking to myself that I'm interested in what happens here. And if I see an indication, correction, continuation, I may be trying to get in here bullish to try and ride that energy of maybe pushing up towards those real liquidity goals are, okay, yeah, or whether or not this market is going to decide it wants to first, because the market could decide, we do want to go up there, Jay, but first let's take this liquidity down here, nam, and we'll go up there later on, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, okay. So this is where we're at with things. So 1 second. All right, yeah, so that's what may happen, and that's what I've got in my mind. That's what I'm concerned about. That's what I'm curious over. Whether that market is going to decide that it wants to first come down here, nam, eat some liquidity, all right, below these levels, nam, then push up and start making a journey there. I don't know if right now it's going to go. I don't know. So I have to trade what I see, okay, and I have to be a fantastic risk manager to simply manage my risk whilst I'm trying to get it right. Okay, so we can see, like I said, down here on a 4-hour time frame, here this market is traded. There's a swing high here, there's a swing low here. Yeah. Now we can see some other like structures in there. These are still levels for sure. Okay, these are levels, and we can see the market's indicated above these levels. All right, made a correction all the way down here. So this is a higher high, this is a higher low, and maybe we're expecting now to see a higher high coinciding with my viewpoint that the market might push up into this direction and even might burst out of here and start pushing up here. All right, it coincides with that little idea. Okay, now the US 30 similarly as well, there was a nice little reaction. All right, when I was in here and I made that trade completely risk-free, but ultimately there's a dilemma with US 30. The dilemma is, are we in a discount on that blue line, or are we in a premium near that yellow range? But the bottom line is you have to understand, US 30's momentum has been bullish. This market has been pushing up and up and up. Look at those white dots showing you the momentum. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. All right, now we're in a higher low, okay? And that market could decide it wants to continue pushing up bullishly, okay, in there. Now there was a small reaction to some liquidity that was taken, which is fine, but that small liquidity doesn't mean that it's going to end up, changing the whole game plan of what's going on. Look how this market came and dipped and pushed down in here. Does anyone see what the market was trying to do by this push in here? Can anybody see what this push in here might have meant? Can anyone see what this push all the way down into here might have been the market doing? Does anybody know? Well, to me, it looks like that market could have just been coming here to just close up that imbalance. We came and we closed that imbalance, and then we've seen a reaction since then. All right, we've seen the market made a lovely manipulation W pattern right here after closing that imbalance, taking a liquidity, and then the market actually tapping in over here. Okay, actually tapping in over here. Okay, that's what we've seen. And then the markets continue to push up, making higher highs and higher lows. And at the moment, like I said, though we are seeing in the market, might be pushing up towards these Asian session highs, it might just be an indication correction continuation play, above that level. All right, something's ringing. There's a lovely reaction over there from that liquidity, but not the type of reaction that came and pushed it all the way down here to take these lows. So this is showing me that maybe the market wants to be bullish, wants to push up, wants to make some higher highs. Okay, it's what it's looking like to me at the moment. Okay, it's ringing. Let me just go and check to see what's ringing. Okay. All right, this market, like I said to you, might be pushing up and pushing towards, gravitating towards this liquidity and pushing up towards the top of this blue range. Okay, we're watching it. We're seeing what the market's doing because it's respecting this range at the moment, this blue range being a discounted price. Okay, and we can see the market is, pushing down here and now currently breaking a little bit of structure, making a higher high, Now, is that market going to come back in here and tap into the level, give us a potential entry if we could just want to take it bullishly? Is it? I don't know. We will see. Let's have a look at those candles. Here we've seen some big green candles, some nice bullish momentum coming and pushing out of here. All right. And let's have a look at something real quick. Drop our time frame down to the 1 minute time frame. Well, we can see at the moment here had the market tapped into a manipulation W that formed in the Asian session, and that's where this market's reacted from. And the manipulation break of structure here. Look, right where the market broke structure. Look, market was coming down here like so. As the market broke structure and made a lovely manipulation W pattern here, and we can see this is exactly where US 30 has just tapped the middle of that W in here and had a bullish reaction. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Are we going to break these highs is the question. Are we going to break outside of these highs? Yeah, and then decide so we're going to be waiting for some sort of retracement for the market to continue getting bullish. All right, I'm going to pop an alert in here, all right, to keep us notified of what's going on. And I'll pop an alert like that, okay. And we're going to have a look back at our GU, see what it's doing. Oh, exactly what I thought. Have a look. Yeah, we've pushed up in here. We took some liquidity in this area, but in this market now, if you can see, it's kind of indicated corrected and continued. We've just taken this liquidity above that New York session, all right? And let's drop our time frame all the way down to 1 minute. That liquidity was taken by this wick, to be fair, all right? But we've come back down here, made a retracement, we're pushing up. Like I said, to me, this market wants to continue pushing up bullishly, okay? That's what it looks like to me. And it would make sense if that market pushed up bullishly and continued pushing up bullishly. It wouldn't be abnormal, because for me, it looks as though that this market may have, on a bigger picture, broken some structure, indicated, and now we're in the correction phase that market may decide it wants to correct, okay, and keep pushing up, all right? So I'm going to wait, and I may wait to see if we get because this is actually a wick here on a 1 minute time frame, but this is definitely a closure. And to be fair, that's enough for me, because this is a... there was the liquidity level over here, the next one that's been taken. And this here is the first closure above that level, indication, correction. If there's a correction continuation here, I may jump in this trade like so, okay? I may take it aggressively below the last low or below this level here, which is a much safer trade for about 10, 11 pips. However, my concern is that when this market gets here, that we may see some retracement. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? We may get here, capture this liquidity, and then see a big retracement. Okay, so it's not the greatest place to take it, but overall, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking to myself that this market may be in this phase right now whereby we can see we're trading within this little range here, but we're making higher lows, and these equal highs that we're gonna burst up, take that liquidity, all right, nicely, and then we're gonna see a big retracement coming back into this level to continue potentially pushing up on the basis that this market has pushed down here, breaking structure, making a lower low over here, and then even if it, we may want to see a lower high. Either way, if we want to see a lower high, or this market just wants to continue going all the way back up here and breaking this structure, that buy energy is definitely, in my opinion, in play. Yeah, that market, if it gives us the right confirmations, it's in play. That our market could start pushing up and doing something. Yeah, so at the moment we're seeing this market here gave us a clean close indication above a liquidity level. Yeah, and we're seeing a reaction from taking that liquidity right now, but I just don't feel that reaction is going to be a reaction that goes all the way down here and takes liquidity. If it does, cool. Yeah, we're watching it. We're not in the trade at the moment. We're watching to see exactly Huaquan, see exactly what it's going to do. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're watching to see exactly what it's going to do. I'm just setting things up on my MT5, make sure I can keep an eye. And I think I'm watching it right now. Like I said to you, I'm not decided whether I'll take an aggressive entry here or I'll give it some space to breathe. I want to see how this closes on what time frame. It's 8:46 now. There is some Euro news coming out. I think at 9, to be fair. Oops, what am I doing? Yeah, there is some Euro news. Let's have a look. Coming out in 13 minutes. Yep, at 9. All right. Which is the Bank of PMI. This is pushing up. Yeah, I can see that happening on my MT5. We've seen it breaking structure now above that high, which is interesting. All right. And I'm just looking at our GU at the moment. At what point? What is it going to do? Are we going to start coming down here and break it? This is our indication at the moment. Indication. This is our correction at the moment. Are we going to get a continuation here, or is this market going to try and come down and start breaking some structure? All right. That's the question. What is this market going to do? Are we going to indicate, correct, and continue, which is what I feel would be a great play, bullish up into those areas? Or is the market going to decide, nah, Jay, we're not ready for that yet. We want to go and we want to take some more liquidity, all right? And, oops, wasn't going to do that. And go and push down. I mean, I don't believe so. I believe more say this play is going to, is what's ready now. And we're going to see, I've got an alert here. as and when that market crosses up in there. And then I'm going to be deciding whether I'm going to get in aggressively, all right, below the last low here, or I'm going to be looking at time frame here. Let me see what 5 minute is. Well, I don't really want to be over here. No, not for 20 pips. I don't. I might be though down here for 12, 50 pips. There's an imbalance over here that isn't quite been filled. Okay, and don't get twisted. The market can just be spiteful. Decide, you know what, Jay, we are going to go up, but we're going to first have a quick wick down and close this imbalance. So for anybody who's maybe looking at potentially taking a trade, the safest place to place your stop is obviously always below that swing low level in here. Okay. PJ, you just joined the chat. Just joined the group. Good morning. We saw your chat. I saw your chat message in the live after. I think you jumped off yesterday. What I'll do is, if you could message me directly your contact number, I'm going to tell you what's best, how you can best move forward, how you can best, learn from the ground up. I'm glad and I'm proud that you're here. Happy to see that you're taking an interest, want to learn these financial markets, and we can definitely assist you on your journey. Just try and keep up with what we're currently doing in the morning. But if you send me a message, DM me, you can DM me in the chat here in Zoom, your contact detail, then we can take it from there. All right. But yeah, I'm looking at this GU and everything for me is saying to me that maybe this market wants to continue push up. My only concern is this level, this bright red level of liquidity. We may just get to here and see actually quite a big reaction back down into these levels. Okay, down into here and maybe down into that imbalance level, because that imbalance is also sitting near a previous battlefield of the Asian session high before it pushes up. So maybe the cleverest thing for me to do is to take the trade with my stop below this low for 20 pips. Don't really want to. I'd like it to be smaller, a bit more aggressive, but I get a feeling we might get up to this level here, liquidity, and then see a reaction. So I'm getting a feeling that this is what may happen. Boom. Boom. This may occur. Okay, this may occur. So obviously if I take this trade like this very aggressively, then I may get stopped out by this energy over here. Okay, and if I want to take it a bit more safer for maybe a slightly larger energy that I feel from looking at market structure and price action, then my stop should go underneath here for 20 pips. Okay, we're watching it right now and I'm waiting for that continuation. See, we're getting it slowly but surely. We're getting it. Here's the indication, here's the correction, and it looks like we're getting that continuation now. At the point when this closes, as I said, the entry is either here very aggressively, but that aggressive entry, you must be concerned after it takes that other liquidity level, okay, or below the swing low. All right, there's a decision to be had of what I'm gonna do. All right, how you're gonna take that trade. I know what I'm gonna do, but you have to make a decision, and that decision is based upon, are you in front of your screens to manage what happens when this market gets to here? Yeah. Are you in it to see if you start seeing a breaker structure manipulation after that liquidity is taken? Are you able to take your profits and wait for the retracement to happen, or get in for the sell and sell into this level here again? I don't know. Or you just you don't want none of that nonsense. You're like, listen, let me just take the trade, put my stop down here for 25 pips, and hopefully we can continue to push up. Now, overall, where I think that the market may go, I don't know. I wish I knew everything about everything. I don't. Okay. The market, in my opinion, may push all the way up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the much long position? Obviously, I can't find it. It's the wrong way. It's showing me the short position way. Let's have a look. What's going on there? Let's try and get the right one. The market may push all the way at least to this 50% level. Okay, let's try and zoom in and get the entry proper and see where we're at with it. Yeah, could do as a bigger move. All right, I'm just watching it at the moment. Let's go to our 1 minute time frame, watching it, waiting for a lovely continuation. All right, so we had the indication. Boom, a lovely closure above this liquidity level here, which has now been taken. Liquidity taken. All right. And then we've had this correction, it coming down here. Are we going to get a continuation closure above this wick high? So the market does this. Are we? I don't know. I'm watching it right now and I'm poised. I'm ready to get wicked and bad. All right. But I have to wait and I have to be patient. And like I said to you, there's two ways. You want to place your stop loss. You're going to take an aggressive entry below the last low over here if this candle closes above here, or you're going to take a lot safer entry over here below this low, which is also below an imbalance that we can see here on a 5-minute time frame in here that hasn't been filled, and that market could decide to come up in here and then push all the way back down in here, fill this imbalance, sit on a previous battlefield, okay, which was here. All right, it was Asian session high, and then decide it wants to go and push up. All right, I've drawn it in a scribble as what this market may do, and I've got an alert in over here that should alert me as in when it breaks above here, if it breaks above here. Okay, I'll also put a little alert below if it decides to say, "No, screw you, Jay, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm going to do something else." All right, which is here. I'm going to place an alert also down here, because if it might tap the imbalance first before going up there. And that may give an opportunity if somebody wants to take a slightly more aggressive trade, as and when we see it tap into this imbalance and create a reaction. Okay. Alternative or in a smaller time frame, you see indication correction continuation down here, will allow you to get a better entry. If it doesn't come down here, you may have to cover that inefficiency that's slightly left open here on the 5-minute time frame. You can see a lovely reversal candlestick here, doji pattern. Reversal candlestick here. Hammer, and we can see that a big bearish engulfing green candle coming in here, pushing, boom. Yeah, nice displacement, showing how it changed directions here. And then we've seen it making these highs to the top of this little smaller yellow range. And the question is now, are we going to indicate above that liquidity? We had a closure here on a 1-minute time frame, we even got one on a 5-minute. Are we going to correct to some degree without breaking this last minor low? Here, yeah, and then continue, allowing you to take an entry either aggressively below the last low or safely? Or is the market going to say, "No, Jay, we've left the back door open a piece here, we're going to come in here and close that inefficiency first, and then we may push up"? That gives an opportunity to get in down here, yeah, but it's but you still have to get some confluences and understand if the market starts turning around. I wouldn't just hit the button here. Yeah, because ultimately what's happened here is we've got liquidity taken from above. We actually got, it actually took another bit of liquidity from Asian session and here. And that can mean that the market wants to run in an opposite direction, okay? But the reality is that the way the larger market structure looks, this may be an indication correction continuation play. Yeah, I'd prefer that right now the market was taking liquidity from below and going to run up into these directions. Why do I say this? What's my thought process behind it? Well, my thought process behind it on GU is that this market has been falling and breaking some structure for some time. All right, came all the way from up in here. The market was making higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and higher lows and higher highs. Then the market came and now made a lower low over here, breaking this structure. Okay, so after it makes this, it was doing this. Okay, now it's done this over here, which I'm going to make a different color. So I'm thinking there's a possibility the market wants to come up in here to 50%, or around the 50% level. Also happens to be a big old imbalance in here in some previous battlefields. So maybe it wants to come back in here before doing something like this. And this would be making a 50% retracement into this kind of area and then continuing to push down, because overall I'm bearish on GU. Overall, I believe GU is up on that yellow line, which is the bigger trend of this market. Have a look, if I zoom all the way out, that yellow line has been intact for some time, starting from here, coming back up, respecting, coming from here, respecting, coming from here, actually respecting, having another reaction. And it'd be interesting, are we going to try and get this energy going on? with US dollar gaining substantial strength against the GBP, Great British Pound. That's from a technical perspective of reason why I said overall, I am actually bearish on GU and EU. But does that mean that I can just hit sell? No, I have to see a confirmation telling me it's time to sell. I have to see some sort of, all right, Jay, it's time to sell now. Now we're going to go for the sell. Have a look at the USD. Same thing I said with the USD. We've seen the market push up into this level. And I said that we're going to see some sort of retracement after this big push up here on a 1 minute time frame. If I showed you on another time frame, for example, 5 minute or 15 minutes, you'll see imbalances that occurred in that push up. All right, we understand markets don't like imbalances, don't like inefficiencies. You can see one in here that's definitely been closed already. Let's keep looking. Let's go and look on our 15-minute time frame. We see this is what was one big massive imbalance. Another markets come down and closed it on a 15-minute time frame. So have a quick look on an hour. Close it on a 15-minute time frame. Maybe now down here, maybe giving us some sort of indication, some sort of idea that maybe now the market wants to break out. All right, and go and make these higher highs. All right. Yeah, obviously we've seen the market here on a smaller time frame, 1 minute time frame, just have a reaction there. We're seeing the candles moving away. It ain't necessarily no manipulation W pattern on a 1 minute or on a 30 seconds. All right. However, looking over here, the market did take liquidity from above Asian session here. Look, made a manipulation M, and that was our entry. Came all the way down there. I was in that trade. I made it risk-free, took 50% off when it was 1 to 3, and I think it went to about 1 to 4, 1 to 5. Probably went to about 1 to 3, 1 to 4. To be fair, looking at it like this, I'm just looking at my entry. But then it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for this market to come and take the liquidity down here. Why? If you're a thief, why didn't you come down here and take the liquidity? Because you're not on it. You're not on coming down here. You're on going in this direction, in my opinion. Okay, and therefore that may be occurring now. All right, to another potential entry, if you can see it here on the fact that this market pushing up here, going for at least this liquidity here, which is a previous New York high. Okay, New York is here. I don't know if you can see it. I need to maybe brighten up my indicator. I'll brighten up the boxes a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. I need to maybe save that as a default as well, so let's brighten it up a bit. And let's just save it as a default. It's kind of too bright now, but you can see now this New York PM session high, even the New York AM session high. So that liquidity is depressed. So potentially, like I said to you right now, in US 30, maybe, I don't know, it's not fact, maybe there's an opportunity from here, this market making a push up, making a retracement that wants to come up here into these levels, to the tune of, 75 pips. So we're just watching it. Is there an entry? Is there some concerns? Well, look, how I'd be looking at this trade right here is I want to be eager just to hit my button and get involved. But I would be looking at where could the market potentially retrace to? Well, 50% retracement is ultimately where we are, right now. From about here, this market's made approximately 50%. It's not really a great way of drawing this. Yeah. There is 50% right where we are right now. There is some imbalance below I can see, all right? And the market might try and push down there, but this is why I'm not just trying to hit the button. I'm looking for those confirmations, yeah? On whatever time frame I need to seek them out. Like look here on the big manipulation W pattern, we're currently sitting in the middle of that W, which is a point of interest here. Maybe you can't see it now, I've brightened this up too bright now. Which I don't like my charts looking like a disco. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I would prefer to remove these session blocks. I think I'm going to look for one that's just got lines, vertical lines, where the kill zones are, etc. But I don't know. All right, so we're right in the middle of this kind of ugly manipulation W, all right, on a 5 minute time frame, and we're looking to see what are the concerns. Well, there's still a bit of imbalance in here, though we're at 50% right now. Is this market going to now decide to start breaking some structure, all right, some structure, and saying, you know what, Jay, yeah, we want to actually now, you're right, we want to push up here, start moving in this direction. Is it going to happen? I don't know. But what I do know is I don't need to take a trade until it shows me its hand. I don't need to gamble. Yeah, I can be patient. I've already said to you what my concerns are. My concerns are it's coming down there into this level. There is this imbalance here. It could decide instead of going 50%, it wants to go deeper into the golden zone between a 618, between 786, and make a retracement into here and then start breaking. But I definitely get the vibe that this market potentially may want to push up. Okay, but even though I've got the vibe, I've still got to wait for confirmations. All right, because I'm not a gambler, I'm a risk manager and I have an edge. Okay, so therefore I need to wait for my confirmations. A confirmation here could be indication, correction, continuation over some sort of structure. Where's there some sort of structure? Well, there's some sort of structure here. Yeah, there's some imbalance in here. Then maybe this market comes and taps in here and shows me from a candle perspective, beautiful bullish engulfing candlestick patterns pushing out of there, maybe a breaker structure manipulation W, which I prefer to take that only when liquidity has been taken, but I will also give it some sort of value if I can see it tap into an imbalance and make a beautiful manipulation W pattern and then tap in. I will do. I will give it some sort of, some energy. So we're reading these charts. You can see how my mind's working. We're reading. I know somebody's thinking to themselves, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get this. It's complicated. It's not complicated. You're going to start off on the higher time frame and you're going to be able to try and come to some sort of narrative. You want a reason why you are interested in buying or selling. That reason might be right. It might be wrong. It might be right. It might be wrong for the best traders in the world. You get what I'm saying? Because they get it wrong. So you at least have to be in the position where you're like, I know how to at least come up with my story. All right. Now, whether or not my story is another man's story is a different conversation, but I at least know how to come up with my story. And for that reason, yeah, you said you're selling it. Good for you. Yeah, I'm actually buying it. Why are you buying it? From time you can explain it. And like when you used to be at school, they used to say, listen, do your working out on the paper so I can see where your mind's at. From time you can explain it, let's go. And you used to get points. I know that when I was younger, I still used to get marks for my working out. Because it's like, yeah, bro, you was spot on. Apart from this one little bit, I made you get the answer wrong. Yeah, and in this game, you could actually get it wrong, but because you're an amazing risk manager, you could still take money out of the markets, or at least get out scot-free. Because you are an amazing risk manager. Get it? It's the same. Nothing's different. It's the same. So once you've come up with your narrative of what you think these markets might be doing, then you just have to manage your risk and back yourself. That's all you got to do. Manage your risk and back yourself. Because if you're an amazing risk manager, who cares? If it goes wrong, it's not a problem. Because you got 100 trades that you could take to go right. And the ones that go right are going to outweigh the ones that go wrong. That's it. So over here, I'm seeing a little energy of it coming in here, making a slight manipulation W pattern on my line chart. Exactly what I said on the 50% level. So, I'm not trying to say that's the be all and end all, but I'm saying, it's making a manipulation pattern here right on my 50% level that I said the market might turn around. I'm like, if I want more confluence, I can still wait until I get that indication, correction, continuation over this little bit of structure. So I can also say, or if I want to be a bit more wicked and bad and aggressive, I could say, I'm going to get this trade early on the basis we've made this manipulation W and we've tapped in already to close this imbalance. Yeah? Market opened here, pushed down, closed the imbalance, and maybe we were just ready to go. I could do. They all carry a slightly different level of confluence and slightly different level of risk. And I'm giving you an insight into all of them. I'm showing you. And it's easy to say, oh no, just show me one thing. The markets are not just one way. It'd be nice if they were one way. But sometimes you see the markets moving a bit volatile and you be like, maybe, bro, I've already taken 2 losses in the morning. I don't want to take another loss. I'm going to wait for the indication, correction, and continuation to play out in front of me. Because that's giving me extra confluence. Someone else might be on fire and be like, yo, Jim, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm up already, taking some good trades for the morning, I've already made $500. This trade here, the way it's hitting in that manipulation W is taking a liquidity, boom, boom. I'm gonna hit right when it comes back in and taps into the zone. And I'm gonna manage my risk. I don't mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm showing you the range of understanding these markets. How can I turn around and say one thing this is the one way? Look how we're getting this reaction. we was talking about this reaction from when the market was coming down here. And now we're seeing this reaction. Is that a coinkydink? I don't believe so. I believe it's my edge. It's my edge of being able to read these markets and come up to some sort of conclusion of what they may be doing. I believe it is my edge. I don't believe it's the pixies or the theories, or I was just lucky that this market was falling down here and I took a line and said right on this line here, 50% is where I'd be interested to see what the market does. And then from here, we're starting to see a reaction from here. That is not magic. It's not juju on my side, okay? It's because I have an edge. My edge is I understand how to read the markets, but I'm still not in the trade. I could have been down here. As I said, I saw this manipulation W pattern. I could have hit here because I thought to myself that was it tapping back in, all right? Okay, and I would have been up right now, but I can also be patient and be like, oh, cool, I'm waiting for an indication above this level here, and then a correction, and then a continuation. I might not get it. It might just rocket from here. May do. Maybe, baby. Like here is a nice open close above this level. So this is my indication of where I'm standing right now. This is an indication. Okay. Am I going to get a correction, a continuation to allow me to get in? Is a question. But I can place my stop below these lows here to the tune of, oof, that's about 37 pips. That's about 40 pips. I don't really want to be that big in US 30. Yeah. Or I can, you know, if it does make a lovely correction in here, where might it correct? I don't know. Let's have a look at the 2 minute. There's a nice 2 minute imbalance sitting in there. Maybe we see some sort of push into this energy area here. Maybe. And I could decide from there to take a little trade after it indicates correct continues for a bit less pips than that, maybe 20 pips. All right. But either way, I'm calm with it. I'm a professional. I take it like a business. It's not frantic. It's not exciting. It's not, oh my gosh, I'm just getting like I just know what I'm going to do. No, I know what I'm going to do. I've got a plan. Yeah, I've got a plan that I've even seen that if I took plan B, I would have been in profits right now. If I wanted to, I could have just said, you know what, that was my plan B over here. Boom, taking that trade over here. My stop below this low, and I'm in the blue, and I'm happy with my 1 to 2, and I could have closed my trade by now. Could have. So plan B actually went alright, but I was talking to you guys and talking to you about a more secure trade, getting an indication correction, and even then I can decide to take it below the last low if this retraces into here. I don't know if it is, or I could say, you know what, I'm going to take the trade now with my stop still below this level over here, and you know, for 40 pips. I'm still concerned by this little imbalance over here, which is imbalance on the 5 minute time frame. I'm still concerned about it. US 30 can definitely whip back and tap into it at any time. Could start coming all the way up here, then whip back in here and then go. Could do. So I am concerned about this 5 minute, but I'm not willing to get in this trade like this, to be fair. Yeah, for 50, 60 pips, or even better or worse, all the way down here for, I don't know, almost be 80 pips. I don't want it to be that big. I'd like to take a small size trade in regards to my lot size. I mean my stop loss size, so that I can have it can be worth its while. Okay, in regards to achieving targets to next structural highs. So right now, have a look. As I've said, as I've been talking you through it, we've seen that push. We've actually seen, if we go and look on our line chart, manipulation W happen, and this market's coming back in and tapping into the middle of our W. This is things I'm talking through it. We're talking through it. We're also talking about looking at different time frames and saying where I couldn't see an imbalance here on the 1 minute time frame. On a 2 minute, I can see an imbalance, and maybe the market wants to come and close this 2 minute imbalance. So I identified that with a box. Run the take back. Yeah, this is live. I'm talking you through it live. And I'm still not in the trade because I'm saying that maybe what I want to see to get a confirmation is an indication, which has just happened, correction, which has just happened. Are we going to get a continuation with a close above this level to allow me to either take the trade like this, enter in here with my stop above wherever the last low was, which is a very aggressive trade, might be for 15 pips, yeah, 15 to 20 pips, or am I going to say, you know what, I'm not taking no chances, I'm going to place my stop below this swing low if I get a closer above here, the continuation. Yeah, because right now, if it doesn't close above here and then comes down and taps into this imbalance, well, that was the concern I had in the back of my mind, that imbalance was just there wide open on a 5 minute time frame. My money's still in my pockets. I haven't lost anything. That's by me sitting here patiently and understanding. So therefore, if that is the case, then maybe there's an opportunity, zoop, like this, that once we tap into that imbalance over here, that I see some lovely indication correction continuation or a lovely breaker structure W, I can get an entry down here, which is a better entry for when that market actually may decide to go and do that. Either way, we're reading and we're reacting, and I'm calm with it. I'm not in a hurry to give my money away. I know that when we start trading, there is a desire to just hit the button like we're playing Call of Duty, yeah, on PlayStation 5. There's a desire to just be like, just be squeezing away, yeah, and taking trades. But once you get to the point when you understand the whole point of you trading is for you to be making money in the markets, every shot you take is like your last shot. It's like you've only got one bullet. Like, you got to look at it like this. If you had to, you was in hostile territory, which this is what the markets are, hostile territory. They want to take your money. They want to make your money their money. Yeah. And you had one bullet to defeat the enemy so that you can get away safely, get home back to your family. You wouldn't be out here on a let me just go nuts. You'd be either trying to get up close, yeah, so you can smell the enemy's breath and then squeeze the trigger, or you'd be plotted up in the bush somewhere, however many kilometers away, or meters away, or whatever it is, yards away, and waiting for that clean shot that, in your opinion, you can't miss. You still may miss. You still may miss. You still might squeeze the trigger, and just as you squeeze the trigger, he decides to bend down and pick up his pen, or he's to scratch his knees, and you miss the shot. But you'd at least be taking the due diligence to be like, I'm not just gonna be out here on a let me just hit at the wall. Let me hit the bystanders. Let's hit the ice cream man. You're gonna be like, nah, I need to hit this shot. I need to get away safe. So for that reason, you've got to stay calm. You've got to manage your risk. You've got to look at it. What is the most high probability way that I can get in and out of this trade? I said to you, though the market's come down in here and it's made this manipulation pattern here when we look on our line chart, I only really put massive kudos on our manipulation patterns as and when liquidity has been taken. So therefore, I'm mostly looking at the indication above this structure here. These are my words. I'm not changing my words. I'm just repeating myself. The indication, which has come over here, which we have got a closure above this level, then I'm waiting for a correction and a continuation. But if that correction violates where the indication starts from, then that idea is null and void. That idea is void. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. We don't care about this little area here. The buyers that came in the market here, because remember, the only reason why this market starts to move up here is because buyers, yeah, as in buy orders to buy at this particular price, looking left 425, around that figure, came in the market here. Is that enough buyers? Is that more buyers than the sellers that want to push this down and make sure we close this inefficiency? I don't know. But the clues that allow me to know is when I see displacement. I see a candle moving away from an area with strength and speed. When I see a candle moving away from an area with strength and speed, that becomes an area of interest. Even like from here, we've seen this market push down in here, but we've seen strength and speed from here. Maybe this market does want to do what I said earlier and come and get this liquidity first below this level, and then decide it wants to push up in here. Maybe, baby. All right, I don't know. Okay. Thank you very much. All right, maybe that's what the market wants to do. Okay. However, we've got to make sure that we're taking our trades based upon the best. We want it to be the case of like we've engaged brain and we've done the best that we can do. I'm here talking to you guys saying I'm concerned about this imbalance here and I'm waiting for indication, correction, continuation. I said that could have hit in the middle of the W, but that wouldn't be me being discerning and doing the best that I can do. That would be me throwing some caution to the wind, taking that shot when I didn't have an open shot. It wasn't clear. He was in a crowd. He was dancing. His head was moving constantly. Like, why would I want to take that shot then when I've only got one bullet? I might as well wait until his head stops moving. Yeah? That's the same principle that we have to apply to our trading, because we have to acknowledge that we are, and I'm going to say it again, I want you guys to really live with this statement. We're not necessarily the best traders in the world. Yeah, that's not me trying to knock you down. All right, that's not me trying to burst your bubble. That's me just trying to give you reality, is that you may not be or ever become one of the best traders in the world. It's a pretty big feat. It's quite a big task, big achievement. But you don't need to be the best traders in the world to take money out of these markets. You need an edge, which is what I teach you every morning. You see it playing out in front of your eyes when we're hitting big trades, 1 to 10s, 1 to 12s, 1 to 5s. And you need to be a fantastic, amazing, breathtaking risk manager, because that is in your control to say, every time I take a trade, I'm only going to risk X amount of dollars. If you can't do that, and you say to yourself, I'm only going to risk $100 a trade, but yet when I look back in your history, there's $400 losses, $600 losses, $300 losses. That is something to do with you. That is like an internal, why am I doing that? Why do I keep abusing my body? Why do I keep eating the donuts when I've got I've got diabetes? That's to do with you. That's not something I can teach out of you. Do not take a trade in more than $100 if you're trading at 1%, and you want that longevity in your prop firm challenge. You go and take an 8% trade is you basically saying, Jay, I'm a big man, I can do what I want to do. So I'm going to say at that point in time, you're right. You are a big man, you can do whatever you want to do. Just that in my experience, you're going to end up ruining yourself, bro. In my experience, diabetes level's going to get mad, and you're going to have to be in the hospital, and you might, your circulation is going to get bad, and you might lose a toe, and it might be this, and it might be that. But of course, you can do what you want. So this is the type of level of energy I want you guys to say. Everything I've done here is not complicated. It's not. It's a language, so you must learn the language. That's like me turning around and saying to you, reading a child's book that's in Japanese. It's not complicated. Well, it is going to be complicated if you don't know the language. Okay? But once you can roughly know the language, majority, 90% of people on this call right now understand the language. You then have to take the discernment to be able to draw some lines, draw some dots. Is the market bullish? Is the market bearish? Even if this market is still bullish, or even if this market is bearish, in my opinion, there is a high probability that it might come up here first, because we've broken structure here. Have a look. This market was up here. If I was to draw some lines, it might make it clearer. Okay, this market was doing this. Brrr. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and then it changed. It's made a lower low now. It's broken the structure. It's taken liquidity from below here. It's closed an imbalance that was gaping wound over here on a 4-hour time frame. That might have been the whole reason why we came down here. We made this retracement to close this inefficiency. And on top of that factor, if you look at those big white dots, the market has been bullish. It's been going up and up and up since forever. So what I should say, because I'm coming to my charts right now today, because JP's decided to open his laptop today, that now this market should start doing something else. No, I wish it was like that, but no. So therefore, I'm looking for that opportunity and say, well, even if this market wants to come down, there's a probable possibility it might come up first, tapping into this previous battlefield where it broke structure, and then come down. And if it doesn't care about doing that and actually just wants to go up and up and up and up, well, even better, that it's going to just do that then and keep going this way, trying to get to the other yellow line. That's my overall opinion of it. Now, if you've got a different opinion of it, that's fine. Once you can explain it out, once when teacher tells you to come to the front of the class, you can explain what your opinion is, then you could be right and I could be wrong, because I'm not the all-seeing. Yeah? But if you can't explain why you're trying to sell or buy the market, or why you have an overall opinion, and you're in the market just hitting the button, I'm telling you, casino's more fun. You can go casino with the wifey, dress up. You can go buy 2 drinks, hear 2 music. For those of you looking gal, you can see 2 gal or 2 man and have a nice day out. Go to the casino. Go put it all on yellow, or all in black, all on number 5. Yeah? Go do that. have a look. This market is in here right now. So now the way I'm seeing it is that this market made the lower low, lower high, lower low, made a higher high, actually made us ever so slightly higher low. And we've got this could be a correction, you know, and we could turn around and take that, the continuation, and take that here as an entry. I'm not gonna, because I don't really want to be in here for 40 pips. This push all the way down here was like, yeah. I'm gonna see if we can get from here now, resetting again, as this is an indication. Am I gonna get a correction and a continuation to get in? Yeah, or am I gonna have to wait until this market goes and actually breaks the structure that we thought it was gonna break anyway? And maybe there's an indication, correction, continuation opportunity here. Is what it is. Oh yeah, but bro, Jay, if we'd hit the button over here, remember our first entry? I said we could have hit on the W. We probably, by the skin of our teeth, would have still been in here. We would have been here, where that W first formed. We would have been here, just below, spread times 2 below our low, and we probably, by the skin of our teeth, if our broker's not playing silly buggers, would have still been in here and currently sitting at a 1 to, oops. Oh my gosh, what was that? I don't know what I just did. Some paper trading thing I've got logged in there. You know, we'd have been at maybe a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 at that high there. 1 to 2.8 or 2.9. Maybe, baby. All right. But the fact that we're not doesn't bother me. It's going to be another bus. I don't need to run for the bus. It's going to be another one in 5 minutes, bro. You run for the bus and sweat out your shirt. I'm not on it. There'll be another bus. See, all of these things that I'm teaching you is not me trying to be funny. It's me showing you the mentality and the psychology that you need to overcome. FOMO, the fear of missing out. Man, I'm going to go and hit the button because if, oh my God, I just missed the trade, man. I've been looking at this US 30 for time and it's gone now. I'm going to hit the button. I know that this train's got to come back to me. I know there's another train coming. I know that even this train itself is going to move in waves and potentially give me an ability to get in. Like I just said here, this is an indication now above this level here. I'm expecting to see some sort of correction. Where to? Maybe anywhere in this candle here. Look, have a look. And this is on a 1 minute time frame. Maybe anywhere in here. And at the moment, it's already pushed into that candle. Just zoom in a bit more. And then I'm going to be waiting for a continuation above this level. My only concern is here is, we'll see what time, if it gives me a closure on the time, which is going to be 8:26. It's going to be in the next 20 seconds. If a closure above here. But, you know, this play here is a stronger play after this liquidity is taken from above this level. Because remember, after the liquidity is taken, this market might decide to come back down in here. So if I take a very small entry and put my stop below here, I'm only going to get stopped out in a minute. I could change that and place my stop below this level here. Yes, I could. For sure, you can. All right. But it's just eating into my risk to reward. And I have the ability to get into a bigger risk to reward trades. However, if you decide that, for example, this candle hasn't closed above here. We haven't got a continuation closure above this wick at the moment. Don't get sucked in. Haven't got it. All right. But let's imagine you did. There's nothing wrong with saying, Jay, I'm going to put my stop all the way below this swing now. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the case that your target of where that location, let's even go on a bigger picture where we said it might go. All right, where we're saying this market may go. You know, let's just say for this liquidity level, let's even say for this big liquidity level over here. All right. Oh yeah, I mean, if it goes for that big liquidity over there, you're laughing. All right, based upon that entry. Okay. But that's a longer play. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. Sorry, that was the wrong one. It was this one I'm supposed to pull out. I said if we put our stop all the way below there, I was going to say, but that was still a big trade. From there to there is a 1 to 1.6. Now, money's money. That's you taking $100 and me giving you 160 back. However, you know, I would like to try and get a more accurate entry to make my risk to reward because of my long-term strategy to be worth it. You know, my long-term strategy is I'm willing to fail my way to success. So I'm not going to really do too well failing my way to success if I'm only taking 1 to 1.5 trades. It's going to take me too long. All right. I want to be in a position whereby instead of me saying I'm putting my stop all the way down there, that I'm able to catch a trade where my stop is like this. So that 1, you know, that 1 to 1.5 is now even just moving my stop from here to here. It's turned into a 1 to 8 trade. That gives me the power to fail my way to success. Because I can go lose, 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 win. I'm up for. So imagine I lose a grand, then win a 1 to 8. I'm up 4 grand. That doesn't mean I'm the best trader in the world. I'm actually not too good. I lost 4 trades in a row. But my 5th trade, that ran to a 1 to 8. I put back the 4 losses that I took, and I'm up 4. Can you see that you can lose your way to success? You can fail your way to success. I would arguably say that most entrepreneurs, most successful people fail their way to success. You just don't hear about all of those failures. How many times has Usain Bolt lost the 100 meters? Probably nobody on this call can tell me. Probably nobody at home listening on YouTube can tell me. How many 100-meter races Usain Bolt has lost, not come first? Don't know. All you remember is Donny running past and doing it in an amazing time, and then giving you the Usain Bolt pose. Wow, he's so fast, he's so amazing. Yeah, I am so amazing, bro. But I've lost a lot of races, bro. Coming in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, injuries, not being able to compete, blah 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 blah, not being my best, blah 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 blah, being cheated out of, blah blah blah. You're just seeing the icing. You don't know about the cake, and you don't know what it took to even make the cake, to get the ingredients for the cake. You can do the same thing. See, the problem that we have, I was having a conversation even in regards to how kids are taught. Kids are taught that, getting things wrong is like the whole onus on exams and that is to get the answers right. But in a world where you've got ChatGPT, you've got Google, you've got all of these resources, getting things right alone and getting that final answer, in my opinion, shouldn't be taught like that. We should be able to be taught of how to learn how to learn. That's what I'm teaching my son to do, to learn how to learn. Don't just use your iPad for watching YouTube reams of people doing nonsense on YouTube. Use the iPad, use the internet, use your resources to learn and teach yourself how to learn better. That's what AI is doing. AI is teaching itself how to learn better. Every time you hear there's a ChatGPT 5, then there's a ChatGPT 6, it's because it's learnt how to learn better. They are making a better version of itself over and over. What's the better version of you? Ask yourself, what was the last version of you? When did you last get an update? This is a good one. And you might say, from joining uni is what I hope you say. But prior to that, when was your last update? Because a lot of people are going to turn and say, GCSEs maybe? Maybe I learned about something about the Magna Carta then, and since then I've been working this job, and to be fair, I haven't got an update since. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's some type of promotion. Maybe you had to educate yourself for a promotion at school, or at work, or something like that. Maybe there was some reason why you updated. There was a new version of you. But I'm telling you, majority of people ain't updating. Majority of people still running Windows 95. I'm telling you, there's a lot of your brethrens that you share a lot of time with. You spend a lot of time around them, and they are running MS-DOS. They got floppy disk. Their thing's analog. No disrespect, but you know who they are in your phone book. Might be your parent, might be a family member. They are analog. They can't teach you jack squat. They are not going to update you in any way, shape or form. In fact, they might make you go backwards. They might make your operating system start running slower because you spend too much time with them. You start picking up their habits. I'm telling you, I'm speaking to somebody. It's about us being able to always look for that best version of ourselves. And I'm saying to you, in this, relating back to our trading, is what we have is an edge. And we need to understand, you see, like when you have a system that's trying to hack in, for example, into somebody's, you've got some robot, an algorithm, something that's trying to hack in, a brute force attack, hack into your website. You know how it's going to do it? It might go through and try 1,000 different iterations of a password, but it can do it in seconds. So is it not failing its way to success? Is it not making your password's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 your password's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 your password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ABC your password until it Okay, we got it. It just tried 10 million times in the last 2 minutes. That's how it was able to hack in so quickly. It failed its way to success. It didn't hit a bullseye straight away. It didn't read your mind. You can do the same thing in trading. You can do the same thing in business. But the only thing I will say to yourself is you must manage your risk, because if you're doing it in trading, for example, and you're using your money, you must survive. If you blow all of your money because you didn't want to listen to what I'm saying and manage your risk, you're not going to be able to live to fight another day. Yeah, so you have to manage your risk. You do not have unlimited resources. You get it? A lot of people right now want to update themselves, but you've got family, you've got commitments, you've got a job. Well, you can't just pack in everything and decide you're going to go read books, because then your kids are going to have to eat dust. But what you can do is prioritize and say, when I come home, I'm not going to watch an hour and a half of trash TV. I'm going to update myself. When I'm in my car driving, I'm not going to listen to Vybz Kartel for the 85,000th time. Yeah, I'm going to play something that's going to broaden my mind. When I go on holiday, I am going to do these things, but in my downtime when I'm chilling on the beach, I'm going to read a book or audio book in my ears. Or when I go to the gym, I'm going to put this audio book in my ears to empower me, to make me make some better decisions, instead of listening to nonsense, the podcast that is chatting fraff about fraff. It's very, very important that our personal development, just like our own personal health, is important. Because surely what, your brain is something that you want to have good brain health, right? You want your brain to grow, as well as your muscles to grow, as well as your abs and your belly to disappear. You want to be a better version of yourself, just like everything else around us. Your iPhone keeps updating. Your car keeps releasing a new one twice a year. The lights were like this, now they're like that. The chair was like this, now it's electric. Are you updating? Right, look in your mirror, look at your spouse, your partner. Are they updating? Are your kids updating? Are the people that are around you updating? And if they're not, they ain't helping you. I'm sorry, sad but true, they are not helping you. Because let me tell you something as well. You see, when Alan updates and comes back with some new information, we're doing in the matrix, he updates. And he shares it with the family. It helps me to I don't have to now go and check the 10,000 different passwords that Alan had to check to get the update. Because he's going to tell me. I get to start based upon his pain, his grind. I get to take that information from there and level up. So I am my peers. I am who I surround myself with. Because I'm able to turn and say to you, no, bro, don't buy the house like that. You want to buy the house? Come and buy the house like this. Why? Because you're going to save yourself about 30% plus X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, and F. Oh, I didn't know that. I know you didn't know that. But I know that. I've now updated you. Because you can't no longer go and buy that house in that way ever again. And you're even in a position to tell others, your peers, your friends and family members, don't buy that house like that. You should buy it like this. That wasn't because of your pain. That was because of my pain, of what I've went through. And I learned, okay, that's how we buy the house. Okay. When you die, you don't want to just give your kids the house. You want to be able to position it that there's a trust, so that they can circumnavigate capital gains and probate costs. Oh, I didn't know that before. Yeah, but now you know, because of my pain. So you are who you hang with. Let's imagine the people that you hang. Imagine your closest people, not the people that you like to jam with, you like to go out with, you like to go and play a little dominoes with. Let's imagine that what they've been telling you all this time was how to invest, was how to make £1 million, how to do e-commerce, how to set up your insurance, how to be a better, to get higher in your job and elevate. Let's imagine that that's what they was on. Well, you don't think that would rub off on you? You don't think you would have learned something whilst you was playing dominoes with them? I think you would. It's very, very important today. I don't know if anybody wants to say anything today. I think any questions or anything. Play fun that's going to help us maybe topic and all right, obviously I talk a lot, Okay, I try to talk from an honest place and from a place of love. But the reality is that think about, are you updating? When was your last update? And look at your peers, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Look at when was their last update? And if they did get an update, did they share that information with you? Did they teach you anything? Did they teach you anything so that you don't have to go through the pain? I'm doing what I'm doing now so that my kids don't have to go through the pain that I'll go through. That's me. I'm being honest with you. Yeah. That's why I do what I do. My saying is I'm willing to go to hell and sit down with my bum cheeks crispy to make sure that my kids don't have to go hell. Yeah, you take that however way you want to take it. Yeah, I'm willing to go there and spud the devil and sit down there and cook so that my kids don't have to cook. So I'm going through the pain of learning how to trade or setting up business or whatever it may be, so that I can say to my son, here's the update, bro. Here's the brand new update version 9.0. Start there. You get what I'm saying? Because all your other brethren are at 1.0. I'm going to go through the pain so you can start at version 9. That's what I'm leaving to you. That's what I'm leaving the planet with. Yeah? Guys, amazing day. What I'm going to play today, I'm going to play something I can see here saying, what do you want to watch? Do you want to watch something trading related? Do you want to watch something in regards to finance? Or do we want to watch something that's all about, a Dr. Umar situation? Talk to me. First one to post wins. What would you prefer for us to play in our live room? I'm going to cut off the YouTube and I'm going to see, there are some chats there. I'm going to go and read it before they disappear. So guys, like and subscribe if you got some knowledge from the trading. You've seen I've been slightly still watching US 30 on the screen, seeing if we're going to get that continuation still.